What's up YouTube? I am GmasterSix and welcome to my Duelyst replay series. Duelyst is probably my favorite game right now. If you haven't heard of it, definitely check it out at duelyst.com because it is fun. I'm telling you guys, it's very addicting. If you like card games and strategy and stuff like that, you will enjoy this game. So I have a lot of Abyssian replays to bring you guys as that is my favorite faction, but I will be bringing other factions as well. So stay tuned if you like Banner or Petruvian or Magmar or whatever. Yeah, so in any case, we have a Abyssian mirror match here. This guy actually has 300 wins with Abyssian. As you can see, I have 200 as denoted by this this banner right here. That means I have 100 wins. The banner is 100 Abyssian wins, and then I have 2 of them, so 200. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the replay here. For those of you who are new to the game, I'll try and do commentary like for you guys as well as for the advanced players. So in the beginning of the game, you can replace 2 cards. That's what I did. And during your turn, you can replace 1 card. Replace just means shuffle it back in the deck and draw something else. So I'm gonna summon my Gloom Chaser. His ability, he summons a minion on any of the spots around him randomly. And of course, it chose the orb. Generally, what you want to do when you go first is play your 2-drop diagonal from your general so that it can reach the orb next turn, so that on the turn you would have 3 mana and you can have 4 if necessary. But here I can't do that. He's going to play Sarlacc on the orb. So I moved my general forward to take Sarlacc out because I wanted to see where it would spawn. And as you can see, it spawns where he could access the orb with the Sarlacc. So I figure, okay, I need to take the orb away this turn. So I go ahead and summon my Healing Mystic. It was the summon that cost me the least, basically. If I were to summon Repulsor Beast, I wouldn't gain anything. So even though I was only healing myself 1 instead of 2, I felt it was better to do it that way than to summon my Repulsor Beast, because I can use that later. So he summons Blood Moon Priestess, great play on his part. Blood Moon Priestess is a great Abyssian card. Every time something dies, you get a Wraithling. So he moves forward, uses Sarlacc, and then attacks it with his general. Unfortunately for him, he set himself up for Grasp of Agony. And honestly, he didn't really set it up. I mean, it was kind of RNG at that point, but the Wraithlings all spawned right next to each other. So I'm able to capitalize and get a huge board here. I move Gloom Chaser down and then block it with my Healing Mystic because like I said, Abyssian does well when they have Death Watch guys on the field who can take advantage of things dying. So I don't want to just attack him with my 1/1 Wraithlings or with my Gloom Chaser or anything like that. I want to get a Death Watch guy on the field and then start attacking. So he's gonna go for another Sarlacc here. I don't know if he had no other play, but he does go for Sarlacc, and then I think he does. Does he summon something? I think he does go for Gloom Chaser. So I couldn't remember if he uses Bloodborne or went for Gloom Chaser. So that wasn't a bad play. I mean, he did use up all his mana, so it's just he didn't really gain too much as far as like true board presence. So I go ahead and get my Mogwai down. I figure, okay, this is a decent time to utilize my Wraithling. But as you can see, the Sarlacc summons right there. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna at least block it with my Gloom Chaser. That way, if he has Shadow Reflection or something like that, which would boost its attack, I can still protect my Mogwai, because Mogwai is very important for this deck's success, at least the way I run it. So I'm gonna clear off as many of his guys as I can, and he goes for Saber Spine here, which I felt like it was just unnecessary. Deathfire Crescendo is a card that wins games. It gives a unit Death Watch, and that unit gets +2/+2 every time something dies. So he's gonna just basically let as many of his guys die as he can, but his Saber Spine only gets to 9, and although that's a huge attack, I mean that's good damage. As you can see, he basically did half my health. I can kill it. I'm running Abyssian, and he knows that, and we have pretty good kill cards. At this point in the game, I mean, what's the that I used Ritual Banishing, but we have another one that I can't think of for some reason. But basically, it costs 5. You destroy the guy, and you get a Wraithling for it. So at 6 mana, I can play either one. So there's really no reason to Deathfire like that. But in any case, I'm able to capitalize with Ritual Banishing and then go ahead and use my Ephemeral Shroud to make it so that Sarlacc didn't come back. So now he really has no way to get rid of Mogwai. He's gonna go ahead and summon his Spectral Revenant, which is a great card, 6/6 rush. If it hits something, General takes 4. So really good card. But again, I do have the response, and I'm sure that's what he was thinking like the whole game. Like, man, this guy just has the response for everything. But as you can see, every time Mogwai moves, I draw a card, and that's why this is so important, because he's playing his cards down, trying to keep up with me, and I'm gaining 2 cards a turn basically, because at the end of my turn I get a card and I get a card here. So I make a nice play here. I go for the Blood Moon Priestess. I sacrifice my Ephemeral Shroud to make Sunset Paragon cheaper, and then I use it to get rid of the Spectral Revenant, which gives me another Wraithling with my Blood Moon. So we're looking pretty good here, even though we have way less health than he does. We're still in a great place just because of how many resources we have. He has 2 cards in his hand and 6 mana, and that's kind of how we count things here. So you see he gets this guy down over there thinking it's going to be safe. It's not. So he attacks. I get another token, which is nice. Then he goes ahead, throws his Wraithlings down, which is good for me because I have Death Watch on the field right now. He doesn't. See, this attack right here did absolutely nothing for him. I gained 2 Wraithlings. He just gets his Sarlacc back. So I don't know why, with as much experience as he had in Abyssian, I don't know why he made that play. But anyway, I'm able to get my Spectral Revenant down, which will be able to take out his Reaper. Reaper has a great effect, which when it dies, he gets to pick a random guy from my deck and summon it on that spot. So I was hoping he didn't get a Spectral Revenant or a Vorpal Reaver, but all he got was Gloom Chaser, which was great for me. So here, I'm just gonna abuse my Death Watch mechanics and just try and destroy as many guys as I can on the field to summon as many tokens as possible. Sarlacc is at this point working against him because it doesn't actually, like, when it dies, it comes back, so I can kill it again. So we, as you see, we gain a ridiculous amount of tokens here. And at this point in my mind, I'm holding Blood Moon, or not Blood Moon, I'm holding a Shadow Dancer. So I know if I make it to my turn, I win basically. So he's gonna go Vorpal Reaver, which is an amazing card, one of the better ones in Abyssian. But Vorpal Reaver doesn't have Rush, it can't do anything. So you see, I throw up a well play kind of early, but I knew there was no way he was gonna be able to do anything. As soon as I summon Blood Moon, I can just attack I can send all of my Wraithlings into all of the Wraithlings, and the game is over. So he, I don't remember why I Darkfired here. Oh, no, I saw Blood Moon, and then I was going to Darkfire, and he goes ahead and concedes because, like I said, Shadow Dancer kind of wins the game. Shadow Dancer, what she does, every time something dies, I gain 1 health, and my opponent takes 1 health. So that's why with only 7 health left, all I needed to do was essentially run 3 of my Wraithlings into, 4 of my Wraithlings into 4 of his Wraithlings, and that would have been the game. So that was that one, and we're going to cut here. And I'm going to jump into the next one, so I'll see you guys in a moment. All right, what is up, guys? We are back. I've got another Abyssian replay, or Abyssian mirror match. I didn't even know it was also Abyssian versus Abyssian, namely Lilithe versus Lilithe. But yeah, we got another one, so we're gonna jump into this one. And this one was pretty fun. I think I do remember this one. This was after I edited my deck a little bit. The season was just reset, so I am in Silver Division. The highest I've got this Diamond. I'm trying hard to get into S rank, but haven't gotten there yet. So in the beginning, I'm gonna go ahead and replace 2, and then I replace one of my Spectral Revenants. There's just no reason to have 2 in my hand this early in the game. I do draw into the Darkfire, which is great. It's one of my ways to accelerate getting Revenant out. I can get him out turn 5. So, well, not turn 5, but the turn I have 5 mana, which is, if I go first, my turn 3, right? Or my turn 4, unless I get Core. But anyway, This guy makes a very confusing play to me. He summons the Saber Spine on the orb and then just runs it into me. And that was confusing to me because he didn't actually gain anything for that. Like, he just did 3 damage to me. And I mean, we don't really care about damage. Firstly, even if I wasn't running Abyssian, 3 damage in the beginning of the game isn't that important, especially if you're going to lose your guy in the process. Like, if you have a 3-5 and you can attack, sure, you stick around. But 3 damage and your guy dies, it's not really worth it. So, but I'm running Abyssian, so he knows I have Shadow Dances and stuff like that, so I just don't understand that play. But anyway, he's going to summon his Blood Moon, trying to take advantage of my Sarlacc. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and move down, give myself the mana I need to be able to Darkfire my Spectral Revenant down and take his Blood Moon out. So I'm going to go ahead and Darkfire Sarlacc since it always comes back. No reason to waste anything. And I'm going to just go ahead and summon my Spectral Revenant and take his Blood Moon out. I have to do it this way because if I kill anything else, he'll just keep summoning guys. So I have to go ahead and get rid of his Blood Moon Priestess. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I was going to replace my Spectral Revenant, but changed my mind and replaced Duelyst. The reason is because I'm at turn 4. 3 turns from now, I'll have the 7 mana to go ahead and play Spectral Revenant. And in my mind, I'm thinking if he has a Vocal Reaver or a Spectral Revenant in his hand, I don't have anything to deal with it. I have the Ritual Banishing, but I need to be able to, you know, continue putting my pressure on. So he summons his Blood Moon here, which is going to bring him back in the game pretty well. As you can see, every time something dies, he heals, I take damage. So I have no choice but to match him here. So I'm going to move my Wraithling down and get my Blood Moon out. This way, anytime something dies, we're just breaking even. We both take 1, we both lose 1. I move Sarlacc up and go ahead and attack him because I am in the lead. So doing this 2 damage to his general, and you know, the gap between our generals remains at 4, but he's closer to 0, so I attack. He's gonna move his Blood Moon down, and then check this out. Wait for it. Summon another one. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. He has a second Blood Moon Priestess, which is nice. So again, at this point, I'm taking 1 more than he is, so he does have the advantage here. So I have to make a couple of plays here, but I do have a way around this, and as you see, this is kind of going to be the end of it for him because I can deal with his field. So what happens here, let's see what happens first. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Ephemeral Shroud one of them. Dispel means take away the ability, basically. So now one of his Blood Moons isn't doing anything. Then I can go ahead and Ritual Banish my Sarlacc for the other one. So now he has no Blood Moons and I have 1. So that we both took damage for Sarlacc going, but then only he took damage for his Blood Moon going. And now at this point, I can just, you know, run my guys into stuff and deal damage to him. So I go ahead and attack his Wraithling to do another damage to him, and then I attack him with my General. And I misplay here. I go ahead and end my turn. I should have used my Bloodborne spell there. There was no reason not to, but you know, I made that misplay. So he's going to use his Bloodborne spell, and I think he summoned. Does he summon Vocal Reaver? I don't remember. No, that's right. He Ritual Banishes my Blood Moon to get rid of it, and he only has 5 health. And I'm like, man, had I gone ahead and used my Bloodborne spell here, I'd be able to take him out with my General and my 2 minions that I summoned. But then I realized I'm at 7 mana and I have that Spectral Revenant that I was sitting on, so it doesn't even matter. So we summon Spectral Revenant, and we go ahead, since we have Rush, which means it can attack the turn I summon it, go ahead and take them out, and that is the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed those 2 games. They were both victories, but trust me, I do not win them all, especially once I start climbing up. Since the ladder did reset, I probably will have a decent amount of wins up until I get back into Diamond, but or Gold to Diamond. But once I get there, the competition gets pretty steep, and I'll definitely have some losses as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed those 2 games. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below because your support is greatly appreciated. And if you didn't enjoy them, leave a dislike and let me know what you didn't enjoy, because I'm always trying to improve. Either way, your support's greatly appreciated. I'm GmasterSix. I love you guys, and I will see you.